Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Libra for the month of February 2024. So, I'd like to thank everyone who is returning to this monthly series and who is also new to or anyone who is also new to our angelic wisdom community. So, as a reminder, I just want to ask you to subscribe, to select the all notification bell, like, dislike, and leave your comment. If you are looking for an angel reading, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. And if you'd like to support my channel with a donation, you can go to my PayPal me link, which for Angelic Wisdom LLC. So I just got thrown off a little bit because I was seeing the word Atlantis as I was starting the reading. So my mind is spinning about, oh, what's that going to be about? So for you Libra, so let's, and then the last thing I just want to remind you of, or not the last thing, but if you haven't seen the general monthly angel reading for February, that link will be the first one into the description area. So make sure you check that out, because you want to compare the general information with your signs reading and see if there are any similarities. Lastly, the format. So the card in the center will be a message from the Archangel you're working with for this month. The cards on either side will represent a message from your guardian angel. Now, the first card on the left is from the Major Arcana. The one on the right is from the Minor Arcana. The Major Arcana highlights the major themes, the major players of energies, themes, and challenges, influences that might be happening subconsciously in the background of your awareness, while the card from the Minor Arcana highlights what you're consciously aware of and how this is playing out in your day-to-day reality, that subconscious energy, and ways to work with it. So let's take a deep breath together. And as you breathe out, just allow your body to relax. Allow your breath to be soothing and relaxing. Breathing should be a way to connect in, not to hold on to, but to connect in and to connect to the outer awareness. So it's all about connecting, but you connect to one through the other, and vice versa. And so there was another word that they had written, but I forgot it just recently. So there's a gateway of possibilities opening for you, and your angels are standing guard on either side of this gateway. And it's filled with light. And they wish to support you. And there might be opportunities for some of you on this path for new relationships. One primary relationship, as the I Am is written, is a relationship with your higher self. That a greater clarity of yourself and a stronger embodiment of your spiritual powers that are to develop. They're writing empathy. So they either want you to have more empathy with what is unfolding, and the people that you also to be aware of the people that you might come in contact with. I'm just seeing all kinds of exchanges. So they write the word network, because it's just going to be that the word was people that they wrote. That's the word I forgot. And I think, or I believe now, as it's connecting the dots here, that the Atlantis mention was about that many of these people are going to be souls that you had a lifetime in Atlantis with. Some are going to be new, some are going to be familiar, some are going to be current, but they're going to open up in a way and really reveal what they are. And you might not remember that you you had a time with them in Atlantis, but there's going to be this. They wrote the word expression, sort of a new signature of expression that will unfold between you. And they wrote the word immunity, as if nobody's being held accountable for anything in the past. Okay, that's one thing. It's not one of those things, but it is an opportunity for healing, for building new things together, whether it's romantically or professionally, or within your family. So expect, Libras, just something happening in your life, mainly with you, and then that creates truly the new relationships that you're going to have with people, whether they're familiar, old, or new. All right, let's take a look at the archangel that you're working with this month. And it's your guardian angel. It's your guardian angel. So this is important. It says, first of all, love yourself unconditionally and ask for help. So there is something that I get the sense of your guardian angel is sort of holding your divine blueprint, and on it are contracts related to these relationships. There's also an opportunity for you to experience more abundance in your life. Whether that's more pleasure, abundance of pleasure, abundance of opportunities, or financial opportunities, deeper connections, but it's bringing in an opportunity of abundance. Now, they showed me someone, the naked behind, but the person was sort of, how do I want to say this, sort of more of a, respectfully, someone who's heavier. So this gives me a sense of emotional, maybe binging. That might be, I don't know if it's binging. I'm going to put it this way, emotional binging. I don't know what that means, actually, but I'm just going to say it because that's what's coming to my head. And this could be about, sort of soothing the self with things like food, or or therapy, or like in terms of retail therapy, or all the things that we use to help us cope. Okay. um Binge watching TV programs and things like that. All of these are distractions to the interaction and the blessings and opportunities that networking and relationships afford us. So if something is causing you to not feel good about yourself because it's creating the habit is not healthy for you, then you need to start to pull away from that. and start really interacting more with people, or getting out in the world in some way, networking in some way. All right, let's take a look at and then just your guardian angel. So since this is the guardian angel cards here, so the guardian angel is giving me the sense here then that you've been spending a lot of time, um, sort of in on your own, sort of just, and you might say, well, I have a lot of people in my life, but even though you're maybe surrounded by people all the time, but you've been sort of putting too much energy, sort of like with blinders on, into projects or things, and you're not really, um, communicating with other people. You're not really bouncing off ideas, or really interacting with them. There's a way where you can just become so, sort of like you're in an automatic pilot. I think that's what they're really trying to say. You're just sort of on automatic pilot, and you're talking to people, you're listening to their ideas, but you're not really taking them in, you know, or you're not really, um, letting it sort of spark your imagination. You just sort of, you got into a routine, and you have this, almost this template of how you, if this information comes at you, you basically sort of handle it this way, or you interpret it this way, that kind of thing. Wow, this card keeps coming up, the Six of Water again. So this is sort of saying that you're kind of like in this, it's just affirming that you're just not in this world, so to speak, right? You're just sort of, you're in your own world, you're just sort of, it's almost like daydreaming, and really caught up in, um sort of a routine. So it's sort of like you're not really present. You're not looking at things with fresh eyes. You know, you're in this matrix, and you're doing all the right things, but you're not breaking the mold. you know, um, you're not really allowing yourself to come through, to shine through anymore. You've grown somehow okay with the status quo, just meeting that that basic, um meeting those deadlines, meeting those goals, right? I got everything in on time. I'm doing my part. I show up for you. I showed up for I showed up for you. What more do you want? Like, you showed up, but you're not there. You're not enjoying it. You're not interacting. You're there. You're showing up. You're doing all the right things, but you're not really there. And so your guardian angel, they really want you to first wake up a little bit from that, and also take some courage. I wrote courageous. Be courageous, and really tuning in to, and giving some energy to some of the things that are percolating inside of you. Like, if you feel something, like, go ahead. Give it some energy. If you're feeling love, or you're feeling anything for somebody, or just go there a little bit. All right, so don't let the past be what you are, the way that you're understanding and managing things, because that means that you've made certain decisions, like, okay, I'm not gonna press this issue ever. So, like, if your job, I'm never gonna press this issue with my boss. So you see people climbing, but you're standing. You're like, it's just that way, right? Or, you say, well, I'm never gonna just, maybe I'm not gonna open my heart up to love anymore, because this is what it's like. So I'll accept this, because I want something in my life. I want to have someone, or some kind of situation, and I'm gonna accept that kind of thing. there's an opportunity here for, if you really come into the present, that you can really interact with kindred souls and work through and fulfill some soul contracts and your purpose. And again, it doesn't have to be negative. It could be just like, really, this is the person and you've done this before, and now in this lifetime you're going to create magic together. If it's a project or whatever it is. All right, so walk through that gateway in this month of opportunities, new opportunities with people, however that plays itself out, good or bad. It's got an important purpose in it for you. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of February. God bless.